Safa.
My name is Faraz.
I'm Sid.
And I'm Selena.
And today we will be talking to you about poverty. Poverty is a lack of food, sanitation, healthcare, water, education, shelter. Many of these factors tie in to make and cause a person's life to be more depressing. This affects poor academic development, physical health problems, abuse and neglection, and unsafe neighborhoods. This is due to a bad government, high living standards, overpopulation, and lack of opportunity.
Poverty is a global issue, but there are many places in particular that are affected by it. These are places like Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia. The reason for this is that they consist of many developing countries. Poverty can cause many problems such as malnutrition, starvation, overcrowding, debt, disease, and even death. Some facts related to poverty. 1 billion people are unable to read or sign their name. 2.6 billion people lack sanitation. 640 million people live without adequate shelter. 400 million people lack access to safe water.
Poverty, being a large issue, can be divided into two main reasons: lack of services and lack of communal facilities. The lack of services are education, healthcare, careers, housing, and the ability to make decisions. Lack of communal facilities would be food, clothes, shelter, roads, proper transportation, water, sanitation, and communication.
Poverty is in every part of the world, but some places are especially affected by it. Most of these places are all developing countries. The reason for this is that when a country is developing, the citizens are usually not supported by the government. Poverty is usually found in Central America, Southeast Asia, and Sub-Saharan Africa. This is because these areas have many developing countries. 72 million children from the developing countries were not in school in 2005. This map represents the countries and their average income per capita. As you can see, the countries with fewer income are all developing, and the developed countries like Australia, USA, Canada, UK, and Japan are all have a higher income. Poverty has an impact on many people. In fact, 1 in 6 people in the world are experiencing extreme poverty. The poorest 40% of the world's population accounts for only 5% of global income. On the other hand, the richest 20% of the world account for 75% of global income. Many of the people suffering from poverty are children. 22,000 children die yearly because of poverty.
Also, when these children are older, they are also going to suffer from poverty because of their lack of education. Not only are the citizens stakeholders, but the government plays a large role in the way poverty is growing. Government has the power and ability to make people a life of fulfillment available for the citizens. Industries are also affected by poverty in their area. If the citizens are having difficulties getting their basic needs, how can they buy other things? Although developing countries have natural resources, most of them are exported because in poverty it is hard to sell within your own country. Here's a list of geographic terms that are relevant to our topic, poverty. That is a large global issue. Poverty ties in with corruption, low income, economy, debt, and poor living standards. Many people living in places with poverty have to resort to sweatshops to help make ends meet. When people work in poor conditions like that, death rate increases. Governments are corrupted and can't provide the basic necessities to provide for their citizens. This is a timeline of the global poverty. As you can see, it is going up and down because it depends on how a country's economic growth is going. Depends on how if the country is developed or developing or
In conclusion, poverty is a very serious global issue that results in lack of education, shelter, healthcare, and sanitation, most of which are basic needs for a life fulfillment.